Namo Doi Savarigantanam, Namo Doi Savaridanam, Namo Doi Savayiriyanam, Namo Doi Savajayanam, Namo Doi Savatrigalavati Savanam, Omkara Mindu Sanyuta Nityam Jayanti Yogina, Kamadam Okshadam Chayumkara Namo Manganam Bhagavan Manganam Ukkamali, Mangalam Kunkundari Ujendra Musa Mangalam Namasana Swanu Bhutya Jathasti Tik Swadhay Bhavaya Vivaha Yusanidata.
Namo Arantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Aryanam, Namo Vijanam, Namo Vyasavasanam, Yeso Panchanamukara Sarva Pava Panasma Manglalancha Sarva Singh Paramam Haivalam. Omkaram Bindu Sanyuktam Nityan Dhyayanti Yoginam Kamadam Mokshadam Chaiva Omkaraya Namo Nama. Namo Samaysaraya Swanu Bhutya Chakasate Chitsabhava Bhavaya Sarva Pavantarachide Ajnana Timirandanam Gnana Anjana Salakaya Chaksurun Militamena Tasmai Sri Guruve Nama. Tirthankaro Jagatana Jayvanta Varto Omkarnada Jinano Jayvanta Varto Jinana Samo Sarana Sau Jayvanta Varto Netirthachar Jagama Jayvanta Varto Namo Tirthanayakane Namo Omkarnadane Omkara Sankaryotene Namo Te Sri Kunda Kundane Aho Upakara Jinavarano Kundano Dvani Divyano Jina Kunda Dvani Apya Aho Te Guru Kanano Aho Te Bhagavati Matano Dhruva Achalane Anupama Gati Pamela Sarve Siddhane Vande Kaho Sutta Kevali Bhasita Asamaya Pravrata Ari Eka Suddha Sada Arupi Jnana Darasana Maya Kare Kayanyate Maru Jari Paramanu Matra Nati Ari Om Namah Siddhebhyo Om Namah Siddhebhyo Om Siddhatmane Namaha. Okay, so last week we were somewhere on this slide, which I just created just now, so probably you may not have it, but when we go to the next sets, it will just make sure that everybody will understand, we will understand what's happening, you know. Okay, so what we are going to talk about right now is we are on the stanza number 3, and the first stanza was an invocation of blessings in which all the Siddha Bhagwans were established in my heart. Then in second stanza, right away, Acharya Kunkun Swami goes to Swasamay and Parasamay to be engrossed in the self and to be engrossed in the alien substances. So he gave detailed explanation, and we went through a lot on that one. Having defined Swasamay and Parasamay, having defined self, to be engrossed in the self and to be engrossed in the alien substances. Having said that in the second stanza, now in third stanza it says that to be in the alien association is not beautiful at all. Only when I am engrossed within myself, each and every substance remain in the innate form, then they are beautiful. They have beauty of their own. So that's what we are discussing. So here we are. Let's see what it says here. Here. Okay. So here, author wants to tell us, Amrit Chandracharya wants to tell, to convey us that substance has its own attributes and mode. Right now, he is giving limitation of a substance. What is the limitation of a given substance? Substance acts within its own attributes and its own modes, and it does not act anywhere else. That's a limitation of a given substance, whether it's a matter or whether it's a soul, whether it's some medium of motion, medium of race, space, or time. All the 6 universal substances, They have their own infinite attributes, and each attribute, since time infinite, keeps on making modes. So substance has its own attributes and modes. Now, substance or attributes or mode cannot exist without other being present. This is kind of a very, very solid principle that Amritchandracharya puts in front of us, that to have a substance to exist has to have attributes and modes of its own. To have the attribute exist has to have substance and modes. To have modes exist, attributes and substance has to be present. So they cannot independently exist. They all three are intertwined, and one cannot live without other. One cannot exist without other being present. So that is important point to understand also, because this point is coming in the next slide also. That's why we are stressing that point. So if there is no substance, then there are no attributes and modes. You cannot have attributes and modes without having substance. You cannot have sweetness without having sugar present. Sugar has to be present. Then and then sweetness is there. Sweetness is present. That's why the sugar is there. So all those things are intertwined. So if no substance, then no attributes and no modes. Then it's the other way around looking. If there are no attributes, then there is no substance and no modes. Or from modal perspective, when we look at it, when there is no modes, then there is no substance and no attributes. So now, can I say that yes, there is a substance, has no modes? No. If there's no modes, then there's no substance. Can I say that there is a substance without any attribute? No way. Substance has to have attribute, has to have modes, and they all are intertwined, interrelated to each other. Excuse me. One cannot live without other one being present. So,
Kirit uncle?
Yes.
Okay, I have many questions. I'm going to try and ask some, and then you can just tell me, look, stop now.
No. Good. Go ahead.
Okay, so we have 6 substances. We talked about the Jiv substance a lot,
Yeah.
and we mentioned a few of its anek attributes, darshan gun, Gnan gun. So the other substances, they have infinite attributes. Let's take one substance like time.
Yes.
What could possibly be the infinite attributes of time? Is that a relevant question?
Yes. Every substance, all the 6 universal substances, they have infinite attributes, and actually it says exactly same amount of attributes in each substance. In the sense, if the soul has an infinite attribute, then matter has an infinite attribute, so is a medium of motion, medium of space, and time has they also have the infinite attributes. Now, out of those infinite attributes, we are not going to go through infinite attribute because it will take infinite amount of time for us, number one. And second thing, for example, if matter has an infinite attributes and I give you 2 white edible powders and I just said, okay, Chirag, look at it and tell me what is what. So you taste one white powder and you said, this has to be sugar. And other one, this has to be salt. Now, do you mean you knew exactly all the infinite attributes of the sugar? No. I just knew one thing, and from one important attribute, I deduce. I make the deduction, and I just said, that's why this is sugar. Soul has an infinite attributes. Out of infinite attributes, few that we can talk about, that are knowledge, perception, conduct, happiness, and substancehood, all eternal existence attribute, all those things are there. Then in Samaysar Parisist, Amritchandracharya, he found out 47 such attributes of the soul. That's called Surtali Shakti, 47 powers. And that means 47 attributes that we can experience. And those are the ones that it's been mentioned. Now, they're not only 47. Gurudev also found that 50 plus also another attributes of the soul. And so, out of infinite, we are able to perceive few of them. Now, when Gurudev has perceived 47 plus 50 plus attributes or whatever, so maybe 100 or 100, around about 100 attributes. Us as a mundane soul, we have limitation of our knowledge, and for that thing, Acharya Bhagwan says, don't worry, you put a trust on us, you put a faith on us, and then we will guide you to the other things. So they say, Acharya Bhagwan says, forget about infinite attributes, just catch one, and that's a knowledge. So knowledge attribute from the soul. That means if I see a knowledge, wherever there is a knowledge mode going on, that means soul has to be present. Okay. Then so matter, what do we do in matter? In matter, infinite attribute, but we just take touch, taste, smell, seeing, hearing, 4 or 5 attributes that we know through which our regular business keeps on going. So out of infinite attribute, we just take few of them only to have our day-to-day function going on. Medium of motion, then it has also infinite attributes. Medium of motion is a shapeless, it's a non-form, it is arupi, it is not seen, but it has one important attribute by which it is divided from the other substances, that medium of motion provides the instrumental cause for a substance having capacity to move. I am a soul. I can move myself. But during that time, there has to have some nimit also to be present, and that nimit is provided by medium of motion. When I am, me as a soul, I'm moving, but my soul, me as a soul wants to stop. Soul stops by itself, but then it also needs a nimit. So medium of rest provides the nimit. So most important attribute of medium of rest is to provide instrumental cause for a substance who are doing, who are in a motion. To stop the motion, the medium of rest acts as an instrumental cause. To have a substance keep on moving, then medium of motion provides the instrumental cause. So here is a medium of motion, medium of rest. We are taking only one attribute from there. Similarly, space. What does space do? Space provides instrumental cause for accommodation. Now, this telephone right now takes only so much space. So this telephone is occupying space, and at the time, space is providing instrumental cause, and that is a characteristic of the space. Similarly, time. What is
also,
time? Yes.
For the case of Akash, I have other questions also, and time.
Hold on, let's finish this time first, and then we come to Akash. Time is a one when there is a mode occurs. I have a soul has a mode, Pudgal has a mode, matter has a mode, every substance has a mode. Remember over here, the third one is, if there is no mode, then there is no substance, no attributes. Means every substance has a mode, and each mode, time provides instrumental cause for transformation. Mode is transforming, and for the time provides instrumental cause. So this way, all the 6 substances provides they have their own specific certain attributes through which we know about it. In fact, they have infinite attribute, but we don't have capacity and time to go through infinite attribute. That's why we just take few of the 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 and we just continue our business. So I'll ask the question about Akash.
So for example, from the other direction, we talked about anikatvad, meaning two paraspar virodhi dharmas being present in a substance.
Yes.
So for Akash, which is space,
Yes.
what are the two opposing dharmas that are present there? Is it again constant and changing? Is that also apply to Akash?
Constant and changing. Constant means space remains space no matter what. For since time infinite, it remains exactly the same way. Cosmic space, transcosmic space, that's a division, but that division occurred because of Lokakash being present there, cosmos being present there. That space occupied by cosmos is called cosmic space and rest is called transcosmic space. But space is there forever. So it's a permanency. But remember, I'm sitting over here right now. So space is giving me the mode of its own for me to be present over here. Now, within 1 hour, I'll stand up. So the space gives the another mode to have me occupying the space in a standing position. House is there. So house is occupying so much and space is providing accommodation attribute for their accommodation there. And then house is gone. Tomorrow house is burned out or house breaks down, whatever. Then that space is taken away by the space again. So those are the transiency. And permanence is there in space as it is never been created, will never be destroyed, right?
Yes, thank you.
Yes. Okay, next one. Okay, all right. So now over here we said that if there are no more than no substance or attributes. So this once we understand substance, modes, attributes, they are a part of a scheme in which no one can exist without the other two being present. So now what's next we are talking about here? They all three are dependent on each other for their own existence. This is the really take-home point, that my mode has to have dependency on my attribute and my soul substance. My mode does not have dependency on alien objects. I think that's what the next one. Alien substance does not play any part in existence of a given substance, its attributes or modes. So these are the very strong point that once I understand, if it becomes easier for me to understand, the next slide is very easy, that Acharya Amritchandracharya wants us to know about it. So let's see what he said. So mode occurring due to an alien object is a wrong concept. Over here what it said, alien substance does not play any part in existence of a given substance or its attributes or modes. So alien substance has nothing to do with me. Now what I believe, that I become angry because of Chirag. Chirag made me angry. Chirag made me suffer. Such and such person did something to me, and that's why I'm unhappy. This is the wrong concept. A mode occurring due to outside alien object is a wrong concept. How? A given substance has infinite attribute within, which we just saw in the previous slide. Each attribute has infinite mode from time infinite. Pure or impure mode has its own attribute as a support base. I have ignorant knowledge mode or right form of knowledge mode. Both the modes, the impure or pure mode of knowledge, it has only one attribute, and that is my knowledge. my knowledge attribute. From my knowledge attribute, either I can have a pure mode or impure mode of the knowledge. From my faith attribute, I can have a wrong faith mode or right faith mode. From my conduct attribute, I can have a wrong conduct mode or right conduct mode. But they will come from me only, not from anybody else. I have a wrong concept because I have a guru kusatra. I have a wrong omniscient lords. I have a wrong teachers, and I have a wrong. No, that's not true. If you can say those things from conventional point of view, but conventional point of view is not the right one. It's a wrong one. So here, pure or impure mode has its own attribute of support base. Now what it says, mode cannot have support from an alien object because my mode has limitation with my substance, my attribute. Alien substance has their own substance, modes, attributes, and everything. They are separate. I am separate. I as a soul is separate. The body as an alien object. Body can do its own function. Soul does its own function. That's why when we had the Jain Balpoti, the very first thing that we teach to the small child, 2-year-old child, 3-year-old child, there is a book, and it's a simple thing. It says, I am the soul. Soul is a living. Body is non-living. I am not the body. Soul and body are separate. These are the very, very, very first things are taught to the 2-year and 3-year-old child. Now, he will speak. Doesn't know any meaning about it. But later on, when he grows up, and then he studies the scripture and all the things, and then he knows what the body is, what the soul is, and thereafter, he will just go on the right path, and he will do the Bhed Vignan, he will do the discriminative science, and he will separate the soul from the body, and that will be Samyak Darshan. So, mode cannot have support from the alien objects. Mode can have support from his own substance and the attribute. Now, if the alien object is a support, for example, I am angry because of Chirag. If I put that concept, then what happens? Then Chirag's mode was a reason, and it took over function of my mode. My paryay comes from me. Instead of that, I believe that I am angry because of you. So you are the...
Kirit uncle?
Yes.
Kirit uncle, paryay is mode?
Paryay is a mode.
Thank you.
Mode is a modification, transformation. So transformation occurring. See, for example, first thing in the morning you woke up, then you did the toothbrush, then you went to the bathroom, then you took the coffee, tea, breakfast, you took a shower, you went to work. All those changes occurring, they are called modes, they are called modifications. And those modifications occur within me. If you take the gold is a substance. Then today you made a ring out of it, so there's a one mode of the ring. Or after tomorrow you didn't like the ring, you broke it down and you made a bangle out of it, so there's another mode. Then third day you broke it down and then you made a necklace out of it. So it's a third mode for the gold. Same way, my modes are so many in a day that I change myself. I go to work, I'm in different mood. When I come back home, I'm in different moods. When I'm eating, it's a different mood. I'm hungry, it's a different. So all those things are different modes. Now, these modes are few that we describe, at the time, at night time when I go to sleep, and I think about how many times, how many of activities I performed today. Maybe I can count, and it's just 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 activities I did. Or for example, each activity I wrote down, 50, 100, whatever. But each samay, there is one mode occurring, and each samay means blink of an eye, countless samay pass by. Countless means more than million, billion, trillion samay pass by. So that many mode already occurred within me, but I was not able to perceive that one because my knowledge is very limited right now. That's why I can know only 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 100, whatever changes that occurred in a day, but millions and billions of things occurred in a given day. So if my mode is coming because of alien object, my modification is occurring because of an alien object, then what happened to my attribute, my soul, or my substance? My substance cannot exist without its own mode. That we just found it out in the previous slide. Now I'm telling that my mode occurred because of you. That means you are the reason for my mode production. That means what happened to my mode? It's not there. When my mode cannot there, then my attribute is not there. When my attribute is not there, my substance is not there. That means that substance will be gone. And if we just say one substance is gone, then second can be gone, third can be gone, and then whole universe at one point will become standstill, it will become zero. But it has never happened since time infinite. All the universe remain exact same way. All the universal substances remain in number exactly the same way. No, there is no increase in the substances, no decrease in the substances. That means there is no loss of any given substance at any given time. Now, as a result, there is an absence of substance of the mode. If I believe that you are the reason for production of my mode, that means my mode is not existing. That means my attribute is not existing. My substance is not existing. That means zero. It never happens in the universe. So that's a wrong concept. This has never happened, and that's why the wrong concept. What's the wrong concept? The mode occurring due to an alien object. My mode occurs because of somebody else. That's a totally wrong concept, and I should not dwell on that subject at all. We'll continue on the next slide. Even a given alt, now we are talking pure mode or impure mode. My ignorant mode or my knowledge mode. My faith mode, which is a wrong faith mode or right faith mode. But where is the origin? Because it's my mode, its origin is from my substance and my attributes, nowhere else. So even a given altered mode occurs due to alien objects, then the mode is incomplete in nature. If I believe that my mode occurred, which is a wrong faith mode occurred because of you, that means my mode is incomplete in nature. If that is the case, this leads to shortcoming in the attribute. That means my attribute is short out. And if that is the case, then ultimately my substance is also gone. That has never happened. The support system is now broken down, and substance therefore be at a loss. And that has never happened. And that's why when I believe that altered mode, my vibhav pariyay, my altered mode, my altered modification, my anger, deceit, ego, pride, ignorance, and wrong faith, and all those modes are occurring due to other substance influencing me, that can never happen. So, of course, this never happens in the universe. Substance has eternal existence and can never be lost. So this is the very, very strong point Acharya Amritchandracharya tries to convey to us, that this gives the independence of each and every universal substance. I'm responsible for my own mode, whether it's a pure mode or impure mode. I cannot blame it to whole world, because buck stops at me. I'm the response. I'm the reason. I'm the problem. That's why there is an impure mode. I'm the one who creates the pure mode. So I get the credit, or I get the wrong things on me, but nobody else I can lay it on. Still continues. Source of production of a pure or impure mode is only soul by itself. My soul is responsible for my pure or impure mode. Passionless state is the innate nature of the soul, and deluding state is an altered state of the mode. Vitragta and rag. Rag means altered state of the mode. Rag means ragadi, means rag and dvesh. So whether I'm doing rag and dvesh, that is altered mode, occurs because of me. Passionless state means vitragta. It occurs also because of innate nature of myself. But again, for both these modes, soul and attributes are responsible. Means this fear of action is within that part only. It will not be going outside. So pure mode, when the attention to the self, and impure mode, when the attention is directed to the alien object. My mode here in myself, transformation occurring within me. I'm looking outside that, oh, this is a very nice pen, I love it. Means this one, I put my attention to the outside object. And I just said rag means inclination of attachment, or I just, this is CD and it's all scratched up and everything. I hate it, I don't like it. So because I directed my attention to the alien objects, that's why I have the inclination of aversion mode. So inclination of attachment or inclination of aversion, they both are occurring when I'm putting my attention to the alien object. Since time infinite, you and me, considering that we are on the first gunsthanak, we are in mithyatva gunsthanak, that means we have not taken attention away from the alien objects at all since time infinite. Since time infinite, as soon as my mode comes out, looks outside. Mode comes out, looks outside. And when it looks outside, that means it binds the karma, positive, negative, whatever karma, but karma bondage occurs, and those bondage of karma comes in fruition and gives me this transmigratory life again and again. So impure mode is an altered nature and is deceiving, means it is visamvad, that's a word used in the Sagatha, and it produces misery, means it produces dukh, and it's with perplexity, means akulta. So impure mode, I am the reason for production of the impure mode with direction, attention drawn to the alien objects of the universe. And that's why it's a deceiving, it produces misery, and it produces perplexity to me. And these are the words used in this stanza by Acharya Amritchandracharya Dev. Excuse me. Now let's talk quickly about this soul and karma relationship and why I'm paying my attention to outside substance and everything. So it will give some idea. This is soul. Soul can do only state of its own nature, innate form. Sugar gives sweetness, nothing but sweetness, nothing but sweetness. Soul cannot do anything except for remaining its own true nature. That's a real nature of the soul. But soul also has a capacity to be in delusion state. Soul has a capacity to be in the altered form. Soul has a capacity to be in the rag and dvesh. Soul has a capacity to be in inclination of attachment and aversion. Soul has a capacity to go into anger, deceit, ego, greed. So these are the things. Soul has two choices. When the mode is originating, there are two choices, either to be in its own nature or go in the state of delusion. How does it go in delusion? Because the fruition of old karma is occurring within me. There are karmas which are stuck to me since time before, and now they at particular time they come in fruition. And when they come in fruition, that I put my attention directed to them, and that's why I go in the state of delusion. If I don't put the attention to them, then I'm going to be in my innate nature, in my pure nature. But I went in a state of delusion. Now, what happened between these two guys? This one state of delusion occurred independently by the soul. Fruition of old karma occurred independently by the material karma. They both occurred simultaneously. They just both occurred simultaneously. And that's why what I think that I became angry because of my fruition of karma. No, they had two exact separate reactions are going on. This is the mode of the soul. This is a mode of the matter. They both are independent in nature.
Kirit,
Yes.
That box, fruit of old karma.
Yes.
Are those bhav karma or dravya karma?
Dravya karma. Because see, bhav means always bhav occurs in the soul only. This is the, whatever happens in the soul is called bhav karma. So state of delusion will call them as a bhav karma. Now, fruits of the old karma, because it's occurring in the matter karma, and matter karma, that's why it's called dravya karma, it's called material karma, because it's a non-living material. So bhav karma here, dravya karma here, and they have principal auxiliary causalationship, means this is a principal action, and this is auxiliary action. This is a principal action, and this is the instrumental cause. This is the fish, and this is water. Fish wants to swim with his own capacity, and water provides the vehicle. Water doesn't do anything else besides providing vehicle. So fruits of the old karma is simply standing in front of me. To be in the state of delusion or my own nature, it's my job. But since time infinite, I keep on going in the state of delusion as soon as there is fruition of old karma. When that happens, something new also happens. There are material, they're generic Karman particles. They are really tightly packed in this whole cosmos, cosmic space. And there are some karmic particles. They have their own modes also, remember? Everybody has their own modes. So this substance has its own mode, and that mode was supposed to be in the form of new karma. Yes.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but the bottom right box, influx of new karma, that's bhav karma. Or is that
No. Influx, again, this is a material karma. This is
dravya karma.
Again, see, this is the dravya karma, old karma coming in fruition, and new karma getting bonded. This is the bhav karma. This is dravya karma. This is dravya karma, because they are the material particle. They are the material particle. These are the material Let's go one more thing. Over here. So what happens here? This is the old bonded karma particles on my soul. Remember, as what we said, in this room, there is one light or millions of light. All those light will be absorbed by this room and will be able to have their own independent existence. Same way, this material karma, they get bonded, and once they get bonded, then they go in dormancy with my soul, and at particular time, whatever the right time is there, they come in fruition. So material karma New karma bondage, old karma fruition. They both are material karma. They both are material karma. And here's a bhav karma, which is a state of delusion, which could be rag, dvesh, krodh, man, maya, lobh, mithyatva, agnan, whatever you want to give those names. And that's a vibhav bhav or delusion or bhav karma, right? See, you cannot say state of own nature as a bhav karma. This is bhav karma is over here because it is associated with the material karma. Material karma is fruition there, and so bhav karma is generated. When bhav karma is there, this new material karma is looking for some kind of a nimit, some kind of instrumental cause, and that instrumental cause is state of delusion of a given soul. So this soul, when there is a state of delusion going on, then this new karma, material karma, says, I'm going to get bonded to the soul. So they come to the soul, then they go in dormancy, then they come in fruition, and these things keeps on forever. Yes.
Isn't this like that slok, bhava karma nija kalpana mate chetan roop?
Yeah. Jiva virya nispurna grahan kare jad dhoop. Grahan kare jad dhoop means this is jad. The dhoop means the dust. And a jad means non-living. So bhav karma nijaspurna. Bhav karma is getting generated by its own here by the soul. And at that time, influx of karma comes in, gets bonded, and all these things keeps on going. And this is called transmigration. Sansar is going on forever with me because I'm in the mithyatva. Now, if we can digest this figure, then we can just say, how many players are in this game right now? There 3 players are there. Soul is there. Old karma, material karma, old karma, fruition is there. New karma, bondage is there. So the 3 guys are the player over here. Who has the mind? Who has a knowledge? Who can do the right thing? These are the non-living material karma. They don't have buddhi, they don't have intellect. These fruits of the old karma doesn't have any intellect. They just, this like mechanical thing that, karma is bonded, is going to stay for so much time, and then they come in fruition. It doesn't need any intellectual decision making. It just happens. While only this guy can think because he has capacity to go in its own innate form, or it can be in the delusion state. And that's when it went to delusion state, all these things happen. So if I want to get rid of this transmigration, what do I blame to the fruition of the old karma? Do I blame to the new influx of new karma? No, they do their own dummy job only because I'm in delusion state. For example, that Mahavir Swami Bhagwan, if we just say the story, that in a Tripusht Vasudev time, he was he wanted to listen to the music, and he is listening to the music, and when he went to sleep, and the servants are still engrossed in the music. So when the Tripusht Vasudev wakes up and he saw that servants are still listening to the music in spite of him telling not to stop the music, so he became very angry and he catches hold of that servant and puts the hot liquid lead in the ears of that servant, and servant ends up dying. So Mahavir went in a state of delusion, means vibhav bhav, means krodh, man, maya, lobh, rag, dvesh, agnan, mithyatva, whatever this bhav karma he did. As a result, he had the new material karma got bonded to his soul. When the new material karma got bonded, now in the last life, they came into fruition. So that shepherd comes and tells Mahavir, hey monk, you take care of my cows because I have to go to the town. So he goes to the town. Mahavir is deeply involved in his meditative posture, in his state of his own true nature, and he's not in a state of delusion. He just simply is on the side. So fruition of old karma came. The shepherd came. And because when shepherd returned, the cows are not there, so he became angry. And now he puts the nails in the Mahavir's ear. What happened to Mahavir at the time? He's in a state of own nature. He's in his own innate form. So because he's not in delusion state, he did not have rag, dvesh, krodh, man, maya, lobh, so he did not have influx of new karma. And so he remained that way. And so this old karma, fruition of the old karma, it just came and went away. So this is what story, this is the story of Mahavir. Remember, the 4 anuyogas are there. 4 types of scriptures are there. Pratmanuyog, storytelling. Charananuyog, conduct-related scriptures. Karnanuyog means karma-related scriptures. And ultimately, is a Dravyanuyog, means hardcore metaphysics. And all these things, they have to lead me to my passionless state. Mahavir's story, when I listened to that, then I said, oh, because Mahavir remained in his own pure nature, so he had samvar, means new karma did not came, and nijara means fruits of the old karma went out. Samvar nijara occurred, and ultimately Mahavir became karma free, and Mahavir became Siddha Bhagavan. So any kind of scripture I read, if they provide me the passionless state, if they lead me towards passionless state, that's why they are the right thing. If they do not, then they are wrong. And if they are wrong in the sense, if I don't get passionless state, I don't progress towards passionless state, then all this thing, reading and everything, I know all the things, I can talk for hours and hours, it's useless. It has no value. So this is what we have to keep in mind. Any questions here? This is a very important slide to understand that, if I remain in my true nature, this is a swasamay. And if I go in a state of delusion, it's a parsamay, means engross in the alien objects and engrossment into the self. This is second stanza. And over here it says, when I'm in the engrossed in the alien object, it is not good at all. It's not beautiful. It produces karma bondage. It produces misery. It is visamvad and all kind of thing. So those are the things I have to understand. Having said that, any questions so far? If not, then we'll move further. No? Okay. Now we are talking contradictory state, visamvad. Same thing, we have already talked about it. To be engrossed in the true nature of the self is a swasamay, and to get engrossed, and that's a getting absorbed in the self. Now, attention drawn to the alien object is called a parsamay. To get engrossed in the alien object is a parsamay. Inclination of attachment and aversion it produces, that's called rag and dvesh. When my attention is drawn to alien objects, then inclination of attachment and aversion occurs. And fruition of karma is an instrumental cause. We may have to go back to previous slide for this sentence. Bondage of new karma occurs, and this is soul's own mistake. Let's go back to quickly, back slide. So when I'm in the state of delusion, means when I'm putting my attention to the alien objects of the universe, over here is a fruition of the old karma, then I'm getting bondage of the new karma. And that produces misery because this circle keeps on going, and I continue with my transmigration forever and ever and ever, but I don't want to do that. And so I'm going to learn to stay within my own true nature. That's what this whole slide tells us about here. This was soul's mistake. By its own mistake, soul went to go into the deluded state, altered state, rag dvesh state, krodh man maya lobh state, and that was soul's own mistake. Nobody asked soul to do it. Soul decided himself to do all these crazy things. So auspicious and inauspicious inclinations are reflective thoughts and are not the true nature of the soul. Remember, Again, we have to go back to this slide, same here. It reflect, when I'm state of delusion, means I have the auspicious thought process or inauspicious thought process. They both are called state of delusion, and that is not the true state of the soul. So that's what it says over here. Auspicious, inauspicious inclinations, punya and pap bhav. Pap bhav, pap bhav. Bhav means it is occurring within myself. And auspicious and inauspicious material karma bondage means dravya karma. But here inclination means bhav karma. So auspicious and inauspicious inclinations are called bhav karma, or is called reflective thought also. Reflective thought means vikalp, and that is not the true nature of the soul. They are the reason for one to be in misery and in contradictory state. My auspicious and inauspicious inclination, remember, I mean, we don't have to discuss about inauspicious inclination. It's bad. But remember, if I'm in the auspicious inclination phase, I should know from within me that that is also ultimately not good to me. Of course, when I'm not in my true state, when I'm not in my innate form, I don't want to be in the inauspicious inclination at all. So I may be in the auspicious inclination, but that is not my true nature that I should really, really deep within understand about it. Author doesn't say that you can't be in the auspicious inclination. You will be, but it is not my true nature if I understand that part, because I have one more purpose for my existence, and that is to be my innate form. That's what I have to understand. Now, soul and karma relationship, again it comes. This is the beginning of the moksha mark. What happens here? Now soul by its own doing decided to remain in its own true nature, innate form, swabhava, and did not go in vibhava. When it did not go in vibhava, fruition of the old karma came and went away. Because there is no state of delusion, that means new influx of new karma did not occur, and so this whole circle fell down, and this guy remained on this side, and karma and everything remained on the other side, and this big line over here that we can draw over here, and that will be my Ved Gnan line. So my Ved Gnan will be over here to separate myself from the alien object. So one goes into Swabhava and no delusion. And over here, soul's real nature is indivisibility and non-duality state, means Advait state, means I'm the unit of my own. Nobody else is doing anything to me. He has non-perplexity and supersensuous bliss. When I'm getting engrossed within me, there is no ra, there is no dvesh, there is no perplexity, and there is supersensuous bliss coming from within me. Duality state, when I look at the alien object, means me and alien object, two things are combined together. It's a duality state, and that is occurring because when I'm focusing my attention to the alien object, and it produces misery, perplexity, and contradictory state. And this is the essence of this stanza over here. When I'm in my own state, when I'm in innate form, I have no perplexity and supersensuous bliss. When I'm in the alien, I'm directing my attention to the alien object, and there's misery, perplexity, and contradictory state. Now, there is one important thing that the author is putting over here, which is really North American Jains have really misunderstood, and there is a misuse of this things are going on. Paraspar upagraho jivanam. There is a sentence coming in the Tattvat Sutra. I don't remember which adhyaya it comes, but there is one of the adhyaya, one of the chapter it comes. Paraspar upagraho jivana. Now, what does it mean? It means, let's say, meaning. Upagraha means instrumental cause. Upagraha means instrumental cause. what we are taking wrong meaning, what we are saying that upagraha means helpful, paraspar means each other, jivana means living being. Each and every living being is helpful to each other. That was the wrong meaning of this paraspar upagraha jivanam. They have made it, and that is the really not a right thing. What it means, upagraha means instrumental cause, paraspar means each other, jivana means living being. So for me, I am instrumental cause for you, and you are instrumental cause for me. What does instrumental cause do? What does nimit do? Nothing except being present. You do your own work, I do my own work. I have a cataract, I come to Ankit, he does the operation, he does his own job, I get my own things done. They both are individual actions and individual activity. For me as a patient, Ankit is an instrumental cause. For Ankit as a doctor, I'm the instrumental cause as a patient. And that's what two independent things can act as an instrumental cause with each other. That's all it means. It says upagraha means instrumental cause. And what we are saying, upagraha means, wrongly we are saying upagraha means helpful. I'm helping you. How can I be helping you? If I'm helping you, that means your mode is not there, means your attribute is not there, means your soul is not there. That means there is an absence of soul, absence of substance, which has never happened. So Jaina in US and North America has made this wrong meaning of this upagraha. And I think if you are there in Houston convention of Jaina, I think 2 years back, 3 years back, 4 years, whatever time, that they just said that live and let live. Means you live and you, no, not let live. You live and help live. Means I help somebody to live. Whole principle of Jainism is screwed up. Whole principle of Jainism is wrong from the very first sentence. And that is not the one that one has to do it. Who is going to tell those political office holders? They have no concept. Somebody told, so they said this is what they wrote down. This is not Jainism. That's not. This is, upagraha means instrumental cause. Paraspar means each other. Jivana means live. Each and every living being, when act is getting in one living being, other is present simply as an instrumental cause. Other has not done anything. Other has not done any helping or anything. It appears that my cataract, that Ankit is helping me out, but no, Ankit is doing his own job. I'm doing my own job. That's all it is. There is no relationship between those two. Other substance does not interfere in the working of the soul at all. Two substances are independent, different. They don't have relationship to each other at all. So these are the things that we have to, this is the base. If I understand this base, if I make this base very strong, then my building coming on this base will be strongest possible building. But if my base is weak, and if I just say, I help you and you help me, that's not Jainism, that's not Jain philosophy. Vyavarle, conventional point of view, I can say, yes, I'm helping you or you are helping me, but that is a conventional point of view, which is wrong. That has to be in my mind, that I have to know that part. So keep that one in mind.
But Kirit, didn't Gurudev also say that, you know, Swamiji also said that you can't cast aside the importance of the nimit. Nimit is still one of the 5 samvayas, and it's of importance. It's not obviously it's not the actual the acting cause, but it's certainly of importance, no?
The important in this, nimit has its own importance from nimit perspective. What is the nimit perspective? To be as an instrumental cause, to be present as a catalyst and not to take part in the reaction. What did water do for the fish besides water being present? Sure, water's presence was important, but if water is only the reason for fish to swim, then why not the stone also swimming? how come the stone is sinking? Because that's a soul's, the stone's property, that in water it will sink, and it's fish's property to in water it will swim. Water provides vehicle. So there is no denial of Nimit's presence. But if I say, because of Ankit, I'm feeling good today, no, that's not true.
No, I agree with that. You're right, but I guess what I'm getting at is, right, he wrote Upadan Nunamale Eche Taje Nimit. So why is he saying that?
Word Taje is important. If I just don't accept Nimit and I don't take the Nimit into consideration at all, that is wrong. But when I'm doing Upadan, means Nij Shakti, means my personal efforts are going on, I know Nimit is present. But Nimit is present, has its own sphere of action. I have to know that part. I cannot say Nimit is Taje, means to totally throw it out and don't consider it at all. Okay. That is what Kuprao wanted to say. So okay. Taje means discard. No, we are not discarding. We are making it secondary. In the principal cause action occurring, then Nimit, the instrumental cause, is present, but it's a secondary importance. It doesn't play any role in the reaction. When I remember how many times we all went to Samaysar, infinite times we all went. Now, Bhagwan is giving discourses. We went there. Bhagwan was one of the best Nimit I can have is a Bhagwan. Tirthankar Bhagwan, Omniscient Lord, is giving the discourses. And everybody sitting there, Gautam Swami is sitting there, 11 of his disciples, 11 of his brothers are sitting there. They all end up going to moksha. And how come I came back? Because I was not ready. When I was not ready, Nimit did not do anything. Bhagwan did not do anything to me. This light in my room, if it is there on 24 hours, will it be Nimit all 24 hours? No. When I want to read, that time light becomes Nimit. Otherwise, light is not called Nimit at all. When there is an action occurring in the principal cause, then associative, a favorable situation, things present are called Nimit. That's it. So, you know, it is very delicate point which angle you are looking for. And in a Samaysar, everything is soul-centric. Soul is a reason. Soul is an important thing. Soul is doing all the action. Everybody else can be present as helper. But that helper means, Nimit means just simply being present. Doesn't mean anything. But we are so used to see the thing in such a way that as soon as there is Nimit is there, action is occurring. Oh, Nimit, because of Nimit it happened. No. I have to have that kind of Ved Vignan, that discriminative science idea has to be there in my mind. And then give the importance of Nimit as they are. Give the importance of Upadan, means principal cause, as they are. Action is occurring in principal cause. That's
actually, Kirit, along these lines, I remember, I think maybe 2 years ago, I heard Hukam Chand Bhayil speak, and he once, and I'm just recalling from what I remember from the speech. He said that Ramchandra and Lakshman grew up in the same city, in the same house, went to the same school, ate the same food, traveled together, left the kingdom, went to the same forest, fought the same war, and at the end of the day, Ramchandra went to moksha and Lakshman went to Narak.
No, yes, because he's a Vasudeva. That's why, you know, he was a Vasudeva, so he went to Narak. Yes. So
no, but I think what I took from Bhayil's statement was that the difference was that they all did the same thing, but their patrata was different, and their manyata was different, and so they went to different places.
See, doing and inclination, they are two separate things. We both can be doing exact same thing. I'll give you a quick example. There is a patient in the ICU who is brain dead. 72 hours or 48 hours have passed. EEG is flat and everything. So now I, as a doctor, go and talk to the family and just say, you know what, I think there's no point, there's no point of return, and I think we should just let this cut it short over here. We should take the respirator out. So the family agreed, and I pulled the plug out. Patient died. Next room, there is a person. He is also exact same thing. He's a brain dead. And the son comes and says, this old man made the will in such a way, he just left me out completely. I'm very angry. He pulls the plug out, and that old man also ends up dying. Doctor pulled the plug. The angry son pulled the plug. Actions are same, but the intentions are two. Different intentions are there. And that's why that one will be getting the negative karma bondage, other will have a different karma bondage. So these are the things that we have to keep in mind, that my inclinations, my intentions are very, very, very important. And then what are the limits? It all depends on how I react to it. That same karma fruition, I'll just say it's a punya karma, or I'll just say it's a pap karma, because I will label them as a punya or pap. Karma fruition is karma fruition. They just give me situation. How I react to it, that's a different story, you know. Okay. All right. So now Bhavarth is basically they are repeating same thing. So we'll be just 1 more minute. We'll take it. Absolute perspective, each substance says its own true nature, and that is its dignity. When attention is drawn to the alien object, the infatuation, inclination of attachment, aversion occurs, which leads to bondage of material karma. This altered state is produced by soul himself and ends up losing its true nature. And this is the reason for the wrong faith. Now, same thing here, same figure we have it, that when I went in a state of delusion, all these things keeps on going. It's a over here, this is a wrong faith. Why wrong faith? Because I'm putting my attention to the outside material thing. That's a fruition of karma. That's wrong faith. Now, what is this? It's a right faith, swasamay, because I'm getting anguish within myself, and I'm not showing any attention to the material karma at all. So it's a right faith stage of swasamay. So parsamay, swasamay, and that's what he's trying to say. And I think this is the last slide coming now, I think. So when one gives up his altered state and directs attention to self, then right knowledge and faith are generated. This is known as one getting engrossed in the self, swasamay. Attention to the alien being produces inclination of attachment, etc., and his impurity and his wrong faith. Soul ends up losing its non-duality state. And this quick reference, eternal innate state of the self or deluded state. Here, right faith, knowledge, engrossment in the self, non-duality state, innate state, happiness, it's excellent. Deluded state, wrong faith, wrong knowledge, wrong conduct, duality state, contradictory state, misery, yeah, any improper state. Yes.
Non-duality state, attention is focused on self. That's swa ekant, right? Or that's samyak ekant.
This one you mean?
Yes, this is samyak ekant.
Samyak ekant. Samyak ekant means now you know the whole nature of the soul, and now you are having the very pointed, undivided attention to the eternal true state of the soul only, and that's a samyak ekant. Yes, you are right. Okay. All right. And I think, is this the end or not? Yeah, that's the end, I think. Yes, that's the end of. So here we have finished. We have taken a little bit of 5-10 minutes more. That we have third stanza is finished. And so what I'm thinking next week, that as Ankit had told, that you want to go through some of those 8 pillars of the Samyak Darshan, that we will be going through that one, because again, those are the things also simultaneously we should go for those things. So we will take that one, 8 pillars of the Samyak Darshan, that what they are, from the absolute perspective and a conventional perspective, and there's a beautiful description is there, and it will further give us the insight into Samyak Darshan and innate state and all the things.
That's not actually from Amruchandacharya's Tika. That's actually from Gurudev's Pravachans, right?
This whole thing is a Kunkun Swami's.
No, I mean next week the Samyak Drashti's Lakshans, the 8 Lakshans. That's not from.
Actually, there is stanza 289 onward. There are 8 stanzas are there in Samaysar about the 8 pillars of Samyak Darshan. So actually, we are jumping towards the quite far away, but it will be important to take care of it that way. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Any questions so far? No question means I made everybody so confused that there are no questions. Huh? Okay. All right. Okay. So we will stop over here and we will just do the final prayer. Sarva Mangala Mangalyam Sarva Kalyana Karakam Pradhanam Sarva Dharmanam Jainam Jaiku Sasanam Jainam Jaiku Sasanam Javani ke gyan se suje lokalo Sovani mastaka namo sada deta hu dong. Nobha Namuka mantra. Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra.
Thank you, everybody. We'll see you. Okay. Bye. And did you? Everybody got that some 14 things, right?
The what?